Welcome back to some more Modern Magic with Cooper and Steven. I'm going to be sticking with the Abzan Company deck.
Right, and I've moved on to my deck of choice at the moment is Vizier Elves. Mr. Juza played it to a 16th place finish in Copenhagen. It's the same list, one change. It's the same 74 to 75.
Excellent, excellent. So basically we're going to be racing towards our combo here and decide who goes first. We're going to spin a top.
Yeah. Top spin, super important in this matchup.
All right, 32.
32.
They say, you're not supposed to decide. Oh, 31.
Oh, no, I think I'm done.
They say you're not supposed to decide a game with a die roll, so we're spinning a top.
Okay.
So this hand here isn't perfect, but it's just missing one thing, so we're going to keep it.
All right, so I have the... we're looking pretty good here. I've got the same thing. I'm missing one thing. I don't have a turn one play, though, but the hand is too good to put away, so we'll keep.
All right. I'm going to reveal the weakness of my mana base here by playing a Horizon Canopy to start. Go ahead.
Okay, he's looking for land. Who's bluffing me? I think I will thin out the deck a little bit, so I'll play the Verdant Catacombs and pass the turn.
Okay. Draw. That's a perfect draw. Play Gavany Township. Go to 19. Play Devoted Druid. Go ahead.
That's a problem. I will fetch. Go get a Temple Garden. Tapped. Don't like seeing that. Untap. But we will mirror Cavern of Souls on Elf.
Yep.
And we will play a Devoted Druid.
Perfect.
Pass turn.
Okay, turn 3. Here we go. Draw. Oh, well, I mean, when you just draw everything, right? I'll tap for green, tap for white, lose a life, go to 18. Play the Zero Remedies.
Yeah.
Untap.
Unbound mana.
Walking Ballista.
Yeah.
Shoot you.
And I'm dead.
That's how you're good at Magic right there.
You didn't even need to play Collected Company. You need the core for anything. It's like good
No,
old
no.
Turn 1 Viscerous here.
Turn 2.
Turn 2 Melira. Turn 3 Kitchen Finks.
That's how you play Magic, yeah.
Yeah, this is easy.
Or, if you want to get a little bit flashy, you can start with a Noble Hierarch turn 1.
Oh.
Kitchen Finks turn 2.
Okay.
And then turn 3, you can play Collected Company for both at a time.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, if that's any one of these have been a land, this would be a keep, but none of them are, so we can't keep this.
We got 2 or 3 pieces, and then a standard Elves hand. Right? So we are going to keep. We are live for turn 3.
Okay.
But if not, we can still generate a ton of mana. We can go on the Westvale plan. There's lots to do here. Turn 1 play. The only thing that would be better would be a Quarter Calling.
Okay, it's a nice start. We can definitely keep that 6. Not a huge fan of keeping this extra land on top. I think we have enough mana, so we'll just go ahead and bottom that and hope for some combo pieces. All right.
Oh, I don't draw because I'm going first. A Mystic Pasture.
Okay.
Little ramp.
So that's a pretty great draw there. Definitely happy about shipping that land to the bottom. We'll play Verdant Catacombs and pass back.
Okay, and draw. There's a draw. It's not bad. I'll go Westvale Abbey. Devoted Druid.
Yeah, there it is.
And we'll go Nettle Settle.
Okay.
Pass turn.
Fetch end of turn.
Try to do this the old-fashioned way, I guess.
We are going to go get the Overgrown Tomb. We have access to white in hand, so just in case we draw a Seer, we want to be able to cast it.
The dream would be a Quarter Calling off the top.
Okay, play the plains, play the Devoted Druid, and cross our fingers. Go ahead.
Come on. Not great. That's a land. Get in with the Nettle Sentinel.
No blocks, right?
Yeah, no blocks. Fetch.
Yeah, I definitely want to throw the Devoted Druid in front of
Yeah,
that.
well,
Preserve my life total, that's pretty important.
pretty important stuff. We'll see if we can set up a turn 4. So we'll put the pressure on him to get the business done here. So, and trigger.
Yep.
Heritage Druid.
Very nice. Got a lot of mana anyway.
Yeah. 3. Sorry.
Wow.
Tap. So we present lethal for next turn, but now we cross our fingers.
Okay, well, I don't have the combo yet, but I'm really close. Let's see what I can put together. Draw. Okay. Play the Township.
And to note here, this deck does not scoop to infinite life because we can present infinite damage.
So we play the Vizier, we get the mana.
Yep.
And then we play the Collected Company.
No, come on.
Spin the wheel. Okay, so we got there. Got the Recruiter. Might as well just play a voice.
Yep, Recruiter gets there.
So with the Recruiter, we're going to cycle through our deck, and we can either get Walking Ballista or Ronus. Just going to shortcut here. Get this guy, and then give Devoted Druid +2/+0 and trample him many, many times. That's how.
Yeah, where is our Collected Company? Come on. There. Cards down.
Okay, so, I mean, better lucky, right?
Oh, yeah.
That game could have ended on your turn just as easily as mine, and I managed to hit on that Collected Company.
Oh, it's for sure a race. Like this is gold fishing at its finest.
Okay, welcome to Sideboarding. For my plan here, definitely want to be bringing in a little bit of removal. Don't have any disruption main board to speak of, so when Steven put down that turn 2 Devoted Druid, I just had to cross my fingers and hope, and that time it worked. So we're going to be bringing in some removal so that we can maybe interact with what Steven's doing. We'll also be bringing in Phyrexian Revoker, which can just turn off either Devoted Druid or Zuri or Archmage, whatever the problem card is at the time. We'll also be bringing in Linvala that does the same thing, only better. She'll turn off everything on the opposing side. If we can get Linvala in play, we're feeling pretty good. Finally, we're going to be bringing in one Pontiff. The potential to sweep the board here is so attractive that we're definitely going to be having a spot for that Pontiff in here. As for what I'm taking out, I'm going to be taking out all 3 Voice of Resurgence. This is not the matchup that this card is in the deck for. Still really on the fence about this card, so no qualms here taking that out of the deck. Finally, I'll be taking out one Viscera Seer, which I think is the worst card in my deck. I'll leave one in there so I do still have the potential for a Life and Scry combo. I'll also be taking out Scavenging Ooze. Again, this is not really the matchup for that. It might grow quite large from creatures in the graveyard, but we're trying to combo each other out, so that's not going to do too much. Finally, I'll be taking out my Spellskite. I know that main board, Steven doesn't have very much removal, so maximum he's going to be bringing in a few spells here. I just don't want to be drawing a Spellskite when I could be drawing a combo piece.
Yep. Same line of thought here. Turn 2 Devoted Druid, which cost me the game both times. I want to be able to interact and buy me the turn I need to combo off myself. Where these games are not going past turn 3-4, so Path to Exile is huge here. Visionary is too slow. Game's not about me going wide. It's about me comboing off, and Nettle Sentinel is more on the Elves plan, comboing with Heritage Druid, and I really just want to be finding Devoted Druid and Vizier. Missouri.
Fantastic.
This is actually a good example hand. This is an awesome elf hand, but I'm not going to keep it.
Really?
I don't have Path to Exile, and I don't have a way to combo off. I don't have Collected Company. I don't have a Zuri, so I got. This is like little kid elf beatdown. It's not gonna work.
All right. So yeah, that's. I on the other hand, while I don't have exactly what I'm looking for, I do have this, which is going to be pretty important, and I think that given a long game, that I'm going to be able to find the things that I'm looking for. So we are going to keep 7 on this side.
Okay, so again over here, this is a pretty good elf hand. Like I've got turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 plays, but the last 2 games I've watched Cooper combo me out on turn 3. So I don't realistically believe that this is going to give me the best opportunity to win. So I'm going to take a risk and go to 6.
All right. Well, I mean, this whole match, this whole series really has come down to gambles, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes it pays off a lot. So hopefully you'll find the perfect 6, and we'll have some good games.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of playing Reanimator.
Yeah, you're looking for certain pieces in hand.
Certain pieces to get there, versus versus other decks. It's perfectly fine to go down this road. They're going to be spending the first couple turns cantripping or whatever. Like I actually keep that versus Death Shadow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with the Dwelling's Elite there.
Yeah. Well, we gambled. We do have a piece of interaction. We're going to keep.
Okay.
We'll scry. And we'll bottom it.
So I'm going to take the play on this one, and you'll have the play on the next 2.
Okay.
I'm not going to have anything that I'm going to want to play turn 1. This is going to be coming out turn 2 at the very earliest, so I'm just going to have this opportunity to play a tap land and pass back.
Okay. Play Cavern of Souls on Elves and land over Elf and pass turn.
Okay.
Turn off his counter magic. His Abzan deck.
Let's see here. So we've definitely got a stocked hand for turns 4 onwards, but it's looking a little bit thin at this point, drawing another land here. So we've got an option of playing either one of these cards. This isn't going to do anything at all until we get some of the things that go with it. The risk about playing this one here, though, is that if it flips, we're not going to have it available for our Unbound mana combos. So we're actually going to start by playing the Vizier so that we can hopefully use the Recruiter later. This will put us to 17. We'll get a Temple Garden and pass back.
Okay. Where's Thicket? We're not going to be tapping that. To Dwindon's Elite trigger, and we'll get some presence on the battlefield.
Yeah, you got some dudes.
Got some dudes. Warrior token. And we'll pass the turn. Feeling a little bit better. We have a little bit of security. We have some interaction. We got stuff to do next turn, and we can start applying pressure. Which is where we want to be.
Okay. So this was actually a pretty decent draw here. It means we're going to be able to use our mana fairly effectively. It does mean that we're still a couple turns off of the combo itself. So playing this card is still a little bit risky. We're definitely going to play the bird. Unfortunately, we still just are missing a little bit of mana to be able to chord for the druid. So we won't be able to find unbound mana for next turn. I think that we're just going to pass the turn after that.
And draw. Elf.
Yep.
Play the Archdruid.
Got an Archdruid.
And we'll get in there for 5.
Alright, so we do have a couple of options on play here. Steven has an absolute ton of mana. So being able to play this now opens up all of our mana for this later. We're going to path the Archdruid pre-damage.
Yeah.
So that we'll take 3. And go to 14.
We will go get a forest. And pass the turn. During our upkeep, we are going to path the Vizier. And the reason we're doing that now is because we have 1 white source and that's our hand.
Okay, so we do have the option of tapping the Vizier to allow us to go get the Devoted Druid here. But I think that whereas we are losing the Vizier, I'd much rather just wait and play the Collected Company later, so that's fine. I'll go get my land. Already having access to so much green mana, we're going to go ahead and get a Plains. We'll draw our card, and we're going to pass fairly quickly after that. We're going to wait on the Collected Company until the attack step. So we'll see what we draw. It's a land, so we'll play that tapped.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tapping. And draw. You want to be applying pressure here. But we don't want to be walking into an ambush and just giving our creatures away either. So, it comes down to who's going to blink first. I'm going to pass the turn.
Alright, during your end step,
Okay.
cast the Collected Company.
Yep.
Okay, so we do find a Devoted Druid. We also find Phyrexian Revoker. So we're going to be able to name something before Steven can respond here. Our options are going to be Archdruid, Devoted Druid, and Izuri. So I think in this case we're going to name Izuri.
Unfortunate for us.
So basically this means you're not going to be able to regenerate your elves.
Okay.
Or use that copious amount of mana in order to pump your team. Okay, untap for turn.
Okay. And during your upkeep, I'm going to path that Devoted Druid.
Alright, we're going to take a quick look at the sideboard here and see that we have taken out the Spell Scout. Okay, so in response to the path,
Okay.
we're going to tap the Devoted Druid for green, untap it, put a counter on it, tap it again, and then tap these for a Chord for 4.
Yeah. 4 for 4.
Chord for 4. Get Linvala.
Not using that. Can I respond to the court on the stack?
Yeah.
Just to get a mana and a Coco here, so otherwise I won't be able to.
Sure. So I was doing that a little bit quick.
Yeah.
But
actually, I wouldn't know that that's what you're getting.
Yes and no. Like I said, I was going a little bit quick there. But so what would happen if you let the cord resolve? The Linvala would come in, and then you wouldn't have access to mana. We're going to go back here, and we're going to play the game as well as possible. So you got your collected company.
Sorry, I'm not shuffling it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have to win on the beatdown plan. Ooh, that's a terrible Coco.
Ooh. Yeah, I've got 2 things that say that does nothing.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Okay, now that was on my upkeep, right, to your pathing my devoted druid.
Yeah.
Let's resolve that path. Still got plenty of basics. Got lots of black mana. We'll just get another forest.
This does not look good for me.
We'll see what happens. He's still got a lot of dudes, but I'm feeling pretty safe with my Linvala, Keeper of Silence, until you find another path. Okay.
We know we just put 2 on the bottom of our deck. So.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing we can play this turn is the Duskwatch Recruiter. We're definitely going to throw that down onto the field. Even if it flips next turn, we're going to have a moment to activate it. And considering what we have left in our hand, we're feeling really confident.
Another Coco?
Go ahead.
Jeez. Man. And pass the turn.
Okay, so there were some spells cast, so we don't have to worry about the Recruiter. We'll just draw for turn.
Pretty hopeless feeling situation. Need runner, Arch Druids.
So we've got a couple choices on plays here. With the Devoted Druid Eternal Witness in hand, we're going to be able to cast both of these cards. And still have access to 2 mana. If we look at getting Chord of Calling, we'd have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, which is perfect. So we'll play the Eternal Witness, get back Chord of Calling. Play the Devoted Druid. We do have an opportunity to attack in the air here, but I'm looking at combo. So I think that I might just leave it here. Let's see here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have plenty of mana for my Chord of Calling and plenty of blockers. If you play an Elvish Archdruid, you'd be able to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which is exactly lethal. I'd have to block. Worst case, absolute worst case scenario would be if you collected company and get 2 Archdruids. So that would be, let's see here, I have to save these creatures. I would have 3 blockers. So let's say this one, and this one, and I would take 9 damage. So it should be absolutely fine to attack. 3 in the air.
Yep. No blocks.
Alright, go ahead.
I got an L7, so I would scoop here. I'd see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Not much I can do.
Chord of Calling for Vizier, and then use the Recruiter.
Well, there's one Archdruid down there. We're on the play. There is no Elves deck that is going to keep a 4-land hand. Oh, I'm not keeping.
Alright, My hand is very slow. I'm not going to be able to do much for the first few turns here. However, after that period, if I'm able to survive to turn 4, then it starts to look very, very good for me. So I'm going to risk this. See what happens.
All right. We can be real quick. Well, it's 4 lands again. Better chance of winning at 5. On all the lands. Working my shuffling skills.
That's some pretty high-tech shuffling right there.
Thank you. I have a coach.
Do you know what the next step is?
What's the next step?
Yeah, you gotta shuffle while you look towards the wall, or you know what the next step after that is. You shuffle and you look your opponent right in the eye while you're doing it.
Don't blink.
You stare him down.
Yeah. No.
Actually, though, speaking seriously, these things are actually nice things to practice. When you shuffle the deck and you look at your opponent, that's one small thing where you're not looking at your deck, so you're not able to see any of the bottom cards that you're shuffling, but more importantly, you're seeing your opponent shuffle as well. So if they're doing anything suspicious, you have a chance to see it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, this is not great, but it's 5 cards, and we're going to keep it. We have a turn 1 play. We'll scry. Helps. Okay, take us away.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it. All this stick. Pass turn.
Okay, let's see if we can draw some Devoted Druid, huh? Just play top land. Go ahead.
Okay.
Find a lot of the time the Kitchen Company deck here doesn't really get started until turn 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go to 19.
It's not a bad thing.
Well, if we can start with a Devoted Druid, that's not a bad thing, but we don't get there this time. I'll play the Windswept Heath, go to 17 and play the Vizier.
The Vizier.
Go
We're
ahead.
really looking for a land here. Next best thing, I guess. In this case, we are happy to offer a trade.
Okay, so Steven has access to 4 mana now. On next turn, rather. If we block here and he doesn't draw a land, he will not be able to collect a company.
It's true.
That's not entirely true. You could have a what's the 1 mana guy that produces 3 when you tap Elves?
Heritage Druid.
Heritage Druid. A Heritage Druid would actually still get there. I think it's far too risky to block here. We're gonna take the damage happily. Go to 17. All right, our turn.
Yep.
Okay. So drawing this means that we could attack, but we wouldn't get very good use out of our mana here. I think whatever we do, we're not going to get perfect use out of our mana. We're going to have to wait a couple turns and take advantage at that point. So we'll play Godless Shrine tapped, tap properly, use the Overgrown Tomb so we have a white up, play the Hierarch, and then we can attack for 3.
No blocks.
Alright, so that's 17 all, if I've done my math correctly, and I'll pass back.
Forest. Attack for 1.
No blocks, go to 16. Smells like dueling collecting companies here.
Pass turn.
Okay. Bastion. So, depending on what Steven finds on top, this is going to be an absolute blowout. The question is, when is the right time to cast it? We could try and cast it right now, forcing the Collected Company. I think that that would actually be a pretty interesting interaction to see. The other option is to wait, cast the Collected Company, end of Steven's turn, and then cast this one on the turn after that. Oops. For 5 mana, it looks like we're only going to be able to do one of these things. Let's see. Yeah, and we won't be able to use the cord to profit afterwards either, unfortunately. All right, so we're gonna play Orzhov Pontiff. So when this comes into play, we will trigger it, and we will choose creatures I don't control get -1/-1.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire off the Coco.
Looking for an Archdruid, I suspect.
Oh yes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we found one.
Oh no, the Pontiff is useless. So that was the risk with that play. We're actually going to get no value out of the Pontiff now. Attacking for 3 seems foolish here. You just snap trade the Sentinel for it. So I have to pass.
Ooh, lucky. So we played the Dwindon's Elite trigger.
Yep.
Basically free with Archdruid. So we got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 mana. 7, 8, 9, 10. You're at 16. 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go get Missouri, I can pump it once. 7. Just have to tap 1 to activate it. So I'm attacking. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. Nope, I can't do that now. If I get an Archdruid and attack with the team, you have to block. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage. Uju attacks.
Okay.
Locked in.
Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6 is 14. So it's not presenting lethal right away, but as Steven was saying, if he gets an Archdruid, then that makes that 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 4 is 16, so I do actually have to block 2 creatures. I'll be able to keep my Vizier. So yeah, I have to block the 2 larger guys.
Okay. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I take 6, 7, 8. Go to 8.
Pass turn.
Okay. So that Orzhov Pontiff has definitely set us back here. We're going to collect a company and hope that we find a Kitchen Finks and a Viscera.
No.
Okay, so we do not find it. Eternal Witness, Noble Hierarch.
Well, you get another collected company.
I get the collected company back to my hand, but with the board that we're facing here, we are dead. Even without any other spells cast.
Right, and I'm going to chord for Azuri in
Yeah.
the spot that you tapped out.
Yeah, that's game. You got it.
Ah. 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3 could be a respectable finish. Let's see if I can keep that from you and keep my wins nice and high.
I had to go down to 5 for that.
All right, so this is an obvious mulligan. I have no lands here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that back.
We have potential with this hand. It's a keeper. It's an elf hand. We've got 2 of the 3 combo pieces. Plus, it would be good without the combo, so it's a no-brainer.
Okay, we are going to be in trouble.
This is what the green mana decided to do.
Okay, that's a great start. Let's see if we can find some lands.
No.
We got a land, but it's really not the one we're looking for. We're going to risk it, though, because this 6 is so good. If we can find any other land, we're going to be fine. Yeah, besides Gavney Township. All right, we got to put that on the bottom.
Okay, am I taking this away?
Yeah, good luck.
All right, you too, sir. So we'll play the standard elf opening, Mr. Mystic, and pass the turn.
Okay, hopefully this is a land, otherwise we're in trouble. Okay, not the perfect land, but it'll do. We'll shock, go to 18, and play the worst card in my deck. Cersei, go ahead.
Well, you can scry. And draw. We did not find a land, but we got a Dwynen's Leech and trigger.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Tap. Bastion. So I'm considering a very unorthodox play here. I want to be able to start casting these. So I have the option to cast both of these right now, and that'll let me cast these later. It's going to be very painful, and I could actually lose quite a bit of advantage where I'm already so close to comboing off. I think that I would rather... it's very difficult. I think that, yeah. We're going to produce green-white.
Yep.
Play bird.
Yep.
And then path my own seer.
Wow.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh my, what is going on here? Land? No land. Oh. It hurts. Papillon. I feel like we just die next turn. Damn it. We really needed a land.
You're looking okay for one turn. Collected company can't win immediately without another combo piece on board.
Yeah.
So you'll have at least one more untap step.
Oh, mana. What's the right line? Play of his year. Get him for 3.
Yeah, no blocks. I go to 15.
Yeah, pass the turn. That's really unfortunate.
Alright. So we did shuffle. So whatever we draw here is not what we would have drawn if we had not done this play. This changes nothing. We're going to be playing this at the end of Steven's turn. Go ahead.
Getting Coco. And? No land.
Wow.
Pass turn. So we're getting cocoed.
Yep. Play Collect a Company.
Yep. So if we don't die here.
Okay, so that's a reveal. Let's do that.
Okay, we're going to. It's the end of my turn, right?
Yeah, end of your turn.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna path. Devoted Druid, so we're dead.
We do have the option of putting the druid in our graveyard here, which would let us get it back with Eternal Witness, but we're gonna neglect that. We'll go get our land.
Fortunately, now we can't core it for 2. Just too bad.
Yeah, but totally necessary. You had to get rid of that Devoted Druid.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Alright. And it did have to be during your turn as well. If you wait till upkeep, I have that mana to use it with a Court of Calling.
Yep.
Okay, untap. We'll draw for turn. I'll go ahead and play that land.
All the mana.
We'll play another Vizier.
Having a mana envy over here.
And we'll pass back. Well, I mean, Screw Beats Flood, right?
Screw Beats Flood, yeah. Elf?
You got it.
Pass turn.
Okay, so you have access to 3 mana, and you can chord for 6, which is chord for 3. You're gonna have a ton of mana yourself next turn. End step, Collect a Company.
Yeah. Okay. We need to survive this turn.
Okay, so we get the Kitchen Finks and the Pontiff. All your guys get -1/-1.
All my guys get -1/-1.
And I get gain 2.
Yeah, so we're going to chord for 3. 2, 3. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's not the worst.
Yeah, I mean, you need to, right? You gotta. It's what you were gonna do anyway, I'm sure.
Well, we were just going to go get Devoted Druid and win.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, that's good too, right?
But that is no good here. So we will get a Archdruid and survive. This will die. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can find a Seer. Court of Calling. Maybe another Collect a Company. So we can attack with the Kitchen Finks without fear. Same thing with the Vizier. Since only one can be blocked, the Kitchen Finks will be able to persist regardless. So we'll go to combat.
Yeah, there's no blocks here.
Okay, so you'll take 7, go to 13. Play another dude.
Yep. So many dudes.
And pass back.
Ooh. Okay, that's a little interesting. We'll play Heritage Druid.
Yep.
So we've got access to 5/6 mana. So I think what we do is play 6 and 2 Arch Druids.
Wow.
And we're just going to sit back here, pass the turn, hope he doesn't kill us. And we're presenting lethal next turn with Missouri.
Alright, don't have much to be doing this turn. Card we drew isn't going to be much of a help. So we just got to pass.
Ooh. So we're going to use Heritage Druid to make 6 mana and Collect a Company end of turn. 2.
You got it.
2. 6. All the Azuris. We have an Azuri in our hand, but we don't have an option, so we'll just play.
Okay. And then, so I'm going to do this on your end step,
Okay.
so you don't have an opportunity to activate the Azuri during your turn.
Okay.
Path.
Yep. It's gone. Yep. Did you have to do that? Unfortunately, I have another one.
You'll be able to just run me over.
Yeah, well, it's lucky. I was expecting us to combo off. I don't know what happened to the immediate combos.
Oh, I mean, I path my Viserys here is what happened.
Oh, yes, he has to get going. So we draw. We pick up a path. We have Azuri. I guess we'll leave path up just in case. We'll generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Play 3, leaving 5. We'll start with the first pump.
Excellent.
Do I have 10 dudes here? Yeah, I have more than 10 mana, so I'll just leave 1 Arch Druid up and I'll swing with the rest of the team.
Okay, I mean, that's going to do it. However, I block.
Yeah.
You guys have trample and another overrun available.
We have 2 more overruns.
And I've just got a land in hand.
Oh,
Good job.
man.
Good games.
Respectability. Still losing record, but respectability.
Oh, the Elves is very respectable. And, I mean, this matchup comes down to luck so much of the time, being able to hit, whatever off of a collected company.
Oh, well, your deck, we're both doing roughly the same thing. You've got higher card quality and versatility, and I've got synergy. This is kind of like putting the stick on the accelerator and like jumping out of the car and going. Like you stay in the car, you're able to maneuver, and you're even able to stop if you want to. This is far more all in. And I would argue that easier to play, although they both can be tricky lines of play, but this one is easier than that one.
Okay.
Due to there's not as many options. Like do I get Azuri? Do I get Vizier? Do I get Arch Druid?
So in this meta, where you're going to be facing off against the Counter's Company deck, how do you feel about the Elvis Champion?
Ooh, the champion. I think that's a great sideboard option.
Yeah, I've often seen one of in the sideboard, sometimes even a one of in the main, where if the opponent has, an Overgrown Tomb or a Temple Garden, which is often going to happen, even the Jund Shadow decks, are going to have the Overgrown Tomb, so you're just going to be able to attack in unblockable like Merfolk.
I think that I agree that it's really good in games. I think pre-Devoted Druid Vizier, I would have leaned more towards it, but now I find myself I'm trying to combo off and go over you with trample no matter what you do. There's no board state that you can stop my infinite combo. Now if the game goes long, having another core target to break a stall like this, but it's
right.
I think it's worth consideration. I think that what happened in the last 2 games is these decks are designed to go off on turn 2, 3, and 3. We're both trying to do that. So we have to have multiple miscollected companies. I have to stumble on lands. You've got to be stumbling on lands. It would definitely break that parity at that point. So I think it's worth a slot.
It's definitely something to consider.
I think so. It's great versus regular Jund. Anything with a forest, you just power right through them. I wish we had 20 sideboard slots.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Being able to have access to just 5 more cards means I'd be able to put in pretty much everything that I'm missing. Be able to run the Tide Hollow Scullers along with all my Silver Bullet cards and still have room for Worship and Revelark. That would be incredible.
Oh man, it'd be so good. So good. This is definitely a matchup I want to dodge. I don't feel like I'm hopeless versus it because of course I can race, but I wouldn't be happy seeing it across from me.
Yeah, well, anytime you don't have access to the 1 mana removal, Fatal Push, Path to Exile, even Tarfire, or Lightning Bolt, if you don't have access to that, then the danger of these company decks just winning on turn 3 is very real.
Yeah.
I think that you have to have either some interaction or just be able to go faster. If you can't win on turn 3, then you need to find some way to stop Devoted Druid.
Yeah, remember it's not always correct to bolt the bird, especially when it's followed up with a devoted druid in the turn 3 combo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
usually
yeah.
bait. But you can get either way though. Catch 22.